Right? Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Halayim Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Call Kadash, double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, who taught us the truth. Honors and salutations to Austin Serachium throughout the four corners of the earth, laboring in honesty, sincerity, truth, charity, and in sound doctrine. Alright? Salakia. My name is Micah Allah Bungad Ben Yasha. I'm from the Watchman Philadelphia camp. You know? And basically I'm gonna do a lesson because I was at work today, and it's a guy at my job, man. He's a confusion of face, man. He's an Israelite, you know. And we was talking, you know, and he mentioned something about the greed of Esau, man. You know, so that's hit my spirit, man. And I'm like, damn, you know what? I gotta do this lesson for this guy, man. You know, to prove, first and foremost, to prove who these Edomites are, man. You know, because you still got brothers out there that don't know that they Israelites, man. You know, and they searching. You know, like the scriptures say, seeking ye shall find, man. You know, so you know, I'm gonna title this lesson, "The Greed of Esau," man. All right, the greed of Esau. They give you an idea of how you know who Esau is, man, and who the so-called white man is, man. All right, because it's this thing is spiritual. All right, so I'm gonna hop right into it, man. This is the book of Habakkuk. Salakia. Let me get pull my scriptures up. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, and I'm gonna start at verse 6. Salakia. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 6. And it says, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. All right. Now, if you look at the whole, matter of fact, I'm just going to break this down piece by piece, man. The edify the brother, man, that was asking, you know, this question, and then wanted to know about the greed of Esau. All right, because Esau always trying to take over things that don't belong to him. Because first and foremost, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai separated all the nations and gave them all their own portion of land and everything. But at the same time, he chose Israel, man. You know, out of all the nations on the face of the earth, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai chose Israel, man. You know, the Israelites to be his portion. So we belong to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. That's why I told you in the book of 2nd Ezra, I believe it's chapter 6, going about the 54th verse and all that, when it say all the nations are nothing, man. So he chose us. It says, shall not these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb? So what's a parable, man? We're going to look that word up, which is mashal. Proverb, parable, saying, byword, similitude, parable, poem, sentence of ethical wisdom, ethical maximus. All right, so that they call, basically they don't call they don't call them Edomites now, because that's their biblical nationality. What did the whole world call Esau? They call them the white people, the white man. All right, which that's a byword, man. All right. So it says, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb. So they taunting them right now. Like matter of fact, prime example, you got that whole situation with Donald Trump in the what's that? The president of Iraq, I believe. You know, and I think it was about 2 weeks ago where Trump tweeted. He always tweeting some bullshit, but he tweeted something basically telling them that he down with the nuclear war. You know, so the guy from over there, the president, he came at him. So he was taunting him like, "Yo, man, we with it too." Also, you have Russia coming at America, which was the Russians. You know, Vladimir Putin is an Edomite, man. All right, that's why I told you when the scripture says, "A house divided cannot stand." So you got Russia and America, which the Edomites run everything. But those are two Edomites going at each other, man. You know, so they taunting America. You got North Korea taunting America. You know, so that's what this thing is talking about. So this is Habakkuk chapter 6, Salakia. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 6. It says, "Shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb?" All right, so all these is talking about all these nations that America has been taking advantage of. All right, it says against him and say, "Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his," man. All right, because what America do, they got military bases throughout the whole earth, man. You know, and these other nations is getting tired of that shit, man. They like, yo, America. First of all, America always putting they nose in other people's business. You know, sticking their nose where it don't belong, man. You know, and the word woe means destruction. Matter of fact, I proved it. Which is woe, alas, woe. That's destruction, man. All right, it says an ejection, prolong. Oh, alas, oh, woe, man. You know. So basically, like, man, woe, like, man, it's about time we get it popping. You know? It says, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. So that ladeth in himself with thick clay is talking about debt, man. Because you look at the USA debt clock, man. All right? And you can look that up for yourself. And look at how much it goes up by the second. Then you got a thing in America called the fiscal year, man, where they want to raise the fiscal seat, the fiscal roof, you know. So that's increasing more debt. And America, man, is built on debt, man. You know, the whole system, everything in America is about debt, going down to your credit cards, you know, even down to your dollar bill, because that dollar bill is attached with a debt, man. And who controls the earth's money? Esau, man. You got your Rothschilds, your Rockefellers, your DuPonts, you know, and dudes of that nature, man. You know, so guess what? They trying to lay themselves with thick clay. They trying to increase that which is not theirs. So they want to control the whole earth, man. So that's greed, man. You know, Esau's a greedy bastard, man. Like that old cartoon, Pinky and the Brain. And what they say at the end of every freaking episode. They're like, what you trying to do, Pinky? Or Pinky be like, what you trying to do, Brain? They're trying to take over the world. You know? So that's what Esau wants to do. He wants to take over the world. Not only because the book of Job chapter 9 and 24 tells you the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, man. But that's only for a time period. And who is the wicked? The so-called white man is the wicked that the scriptures is talking about, man. All right. So verse 7 says, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them. So look, man, you look, when you say somebody vexed, that's to tremble, quiver, quake, be in terror, man. You know? To shake violently, to cause to tremble, man. So that's when a person say they vexed, man. They heated, man. And that's how these other nations are about America, man. They vexed. They tired of America's shit, man. You know? It says, vex thee, thou shalt be booties unto them. So you look up the word booties, which is booty, spoil you, plunder. So they're going to plunder America, man. All right? Verse 8 says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, and that's what America did. Many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil you thee because of men's blood and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein, man. That's heavy right there. I'm going to read that again. It says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil you thee because of men's blood and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that, Salakia, the city and of all that dwell therein, man. So guess what America do, man? Even if you're an Edomite in America, you still a slave, man. So Esau don't even care about Esau, man. So they unrighteous judges, so to speak, man. You know, they unrighteous judges, man. So guess what's going to happen? They're going to be taken out of power, man. Because it tells you in the scriptures that when the wicked are in rulership, the people mourn, man. So ain't nobody happy for real in America, man. You know, and if they say they happy, they living in a fantasy world, man. And furthermore, they're not keeping up with the current events, man. All right. It says, woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil, man. So now when I talk about you sitting your nest on high, what does Esau have? He got them space stations out there, man. You know? And the reason why America their sign is the eagle, because guess what? The eagle is the most highest flying bird of all the birds, man. And also it's the most filthiest bird, man. You know? So that's why Esau patterns himself after that. All right? I'm going to read that again. Verse 9, it says, woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house. So let's look up the word covet. To cut off, break off, gain by unrighteous violence, get finished, be covetousness, be greedy. That's batazasha. To cut off, break off, gain by unrighteous violence, get finished, be covetous, be greedy, man. So that's the perfect oh, hold up. It says to cut off, to stop, to gain wrongfully or by violence. So what does America do, man? They got their military. And first of all, their blessing is the sword. So one of their swords is what? The military, man. You got NATO. So anything that these Edomites get, they have to take it by force. And that's only through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. You know? Look how they took America. All right? They lied to the so-called Native Americans, signed over, I forgot how many treaties they signed, but they broke every treaty that they signed with the Indians, man. The so-called Indians, because they're not Indians. All right? So that's being covetousness. Being greedy, man. You know? And then I'm going to read that again. It says, woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house. So that's bringing evil to your house, man. Being greedy, bringing that greed to your house. That may set his nest on high, that may be delivered from the power of evil. But you're not going to be delivered from the power of evil, even though you think you are, man. That's why you put them space stations up there. That's why you're trying to talk about you want to go to Mars and all that shit. You ain't going to make it, man. Because as the scriptures say, he appointed his bounds which he cannot pass, man. And that's the new talking about. He is talking about Esau, you Edomites, man. You so-called white people, man. Because all you do is rape, rob, and murder, man. That's why I calls you the waster, man. The robber, man. Verse 10 says, it says, thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and has sinned against thy soul. So look, why are you over there? Why did you kill what's this guy's name, man? Saddam Hussein, man. Why did you kill Osama bin Laden? Why did you kill Gaddafi? Because you wanted their resources, man, which didn't belong to you. All right? So that's being greedy, man. That's your greed. So guess what that greed going to get you? That greed is going to get your ass destroyed, man. But guess what? The Most High is using you to do all these things so he can show his power against you, because he hates you so-called white people, man. He hates you Edomites, man. All right? Verse 11 says, for the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber, and Salaka, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establish a city by iniquity, man. All right? So the iniquity, look that word up, is injustice, unrighteousness, wrong, violent deeds of injustice, injustice. All right? So how was America built? By injustice, violent deeds, man. You know, you beat the shit out of the so-called Negroes, man. Your so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You killed all the goddamn buffalo when the Native Americans, man, what they used the buffalo for. When they killed the buffalo, they used the hide for clothing. You know, of course, they used the flesh to eat, and they used the bones to make weapons, man. So they used everything, because they wasn't being greedy. They used everything on that animal, man. What did Esau do, man? He just killed that shit for the hell of it, man. All right. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 17. It says, they that had their Salak, it says, they that had their pastime with the fowls of the air, and they that had hoarded up silver and gold, wherein men trust, and made no end of their getting, man. Oh, man, let me read that again. That's heavy. It's the book of Baruch, chapter 3 and 17. It says, they that had their pastime with the fowls of the air, and they that hoarded up silver and gold, wherein men trust, and made no end of their getting, man. So what's that right there, man? That's being greedy, man. You made no end of your getting, man. And you still doing it. Why? Because you want to go to war with Iraq and all that. Why? For the oil. Because the American dollar is not backed by gold and silver no more. So y'all jacked up the gold and silver, man. Why you think China's over there producing their own gold? Because they think they're going to be the next superpower, but they're not, man. The next ones in charge of this earth is the rightful owners of this earth, and that's the Israelites, man. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and confusion of faces, man. Which the confusion of face means that you look like another nation. And that's the reason why I'm making this video, for a confusion of face. Because he looks like an Edomite, but the guy is not, because his spirit is down, man. His spirit is on point, man. And matter of fact, be honest, man, he the one that basically gave me the title for this lesson I'm doing, man. All right? This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27, verse 17. All right? Because all this is talking about Esau's greed, man. All this is talking about Esau's greed, man. But they matter of fact, and then Esau's greed is so crazy that our people start wanting to act like him, man. Because what you got, that nigga Meek Mills, man. He made that song, I Want It All. Where did you get that from? Where did you get that concept from? Esau, man. You know? Now this is the book of Salak. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27, verse 17. It says, cursed be he that removeth his neighbor's landmark, and all the people shall say, so be it. It says amen, but the word actually should be so be it, man. All right, because amen goes back to Aman, which is Aman Ra, which is a Egyptian god, man. All right. Now, neighbor, all right, is friend, companion, fellow, another person, friend, intimate, fellow citizen, another person, other, another. All right. Now you go down. It says Strong's definition from H742 an associate, more or less close, brother, companion, fellow, husband, lover, neighbor. So it's your brother, man. Because guess what? Esau is our brother, man. You know? Because we were twins in the womb. We were fraternal twins in the womb. And if you go back to Genesis, the 25th chapter, and you can start at roughly, I believe, about the, I say the 22nd, 23rd verse. And it lets you know about all that, man. All right? This is, and they removed the people's landmarks. Look at that move Donald Trump did, man. You know, first of all, they moved the capital to Jerusalem. You know, so they removing the landmarks and all that, man. And it says, "Cursed be he that removeth his neighbor's landmark." So removing your brother's landmark, man. And you curse for that. All right, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 49. The book of Psalms, chapter 49, verse 11. All right. Now this is how the Edomites think, man, because they've been in power. What we going on 400 years now. You know, we've been in slavery. You know. So they really think that their kingdom's not going to come to an end. And if you ask the average American citizen right now, they really believe that America's going to go on and on and on and last forever, man. Because if things keep going the way they are, you ain't even going to have no children. People ain't going to be having children no more. Why? Because they want everybody to be a homosexual, man. A sodomite, man. They want the men with the men, the women with the women. That's called basically a purge to an extent, and depopulation, man. You know, because right now, basically in Babylon, aka America, you know, it's more cooler to be a freaking homo or a sodomite than to be a straight up man, to be a heterosexual, man. They accept sodomy more so in this society than they accept a man being with a woman, man. All right. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 49 and 11. It says their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names, man. So where do you think the word America came from? All right. Where do you think the word Africa came from, man? All right. The word America came from Amerigo Vespucius, who was an Edomite, man. The word Africa came from Scipio Africanus, who was a Edomite, man. So they named that land after themselves, man. Just like, matter of fact, you go back to Alexander the Greek's time, when he took over the land of Ham, man. It was called Alexandria, Egypt. So this is how you know that these scriptures bear witness with the so-called white man's spirit and their greed. The scriptures that I'm bringing out. And I'm going to read that again. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 49 and 11. It says their inward thought, so that's what they thinking, all right, is that their houses shall continue forever and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names, all right. So this is the book of Isaiah. Salakia. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 14. Because this is the greed of Esau, man. Because why would he think that his dwelling is going to remain forever? They just going to keep passing things down and down and down. Why? Because they're greedy, man. You know? The Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, gave the earth to you for a certain amount of time, a time period. And when he did it, you still got greedy. He gave you your own land, man, which is the Caucasus Mountains. That's where you get the word Caucasian from, Mount Seir. That's your Edomite's land. You got the nerve to come over here, Donald Trump nut ass, you know, talking about the Mexicans don't belong here and all that. You out your goddamn mind, man. That shows your greed too, right there. All right. So this is the book of Isaiah chapter 14, verse 14. It says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. So, yo, that's the Edomites saying they're going to ascend above the clouds. And what have they done? They done that. You know, they saying they will be like the Most High. So that's even greedy because they want to control Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua's people, just like the Egyptians, man. You know, in the first Exodus, when we in the second Exodus, and with Pharaoh, he ain't want to let our people go, man. The same way these Edomites don't want to let us go. Why? Because if you ain't have Israelites in this country would have been fell, man. Because Esau is a natural born dumbass. You know? Because who taught him how to wash his ass? The Israelites, man. Who taught Esau everything he know? The Israelites, man. You know? And everything that they got, and the knowledge they stole from us, man. That's why in the book of Job 9 and 24 says, the earth is given in the hands of the wicked. He covers up the faces of the judges thereof. If not him, then where and who is he? And that was the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, joking with you. Like, if it ain't the so-called white man, then who is it? And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua got a sense of humor, man. You know? Let me read that again. This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 14. It's a lot. It says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. So how you going to be like the Most High? Because the Most High's eyes is them chariots, man. Which people call UFOs. And Esau is finally starting to admit that UFOs exist, man. You know? So that's why they have all these different cameras, man. That's why they want to give you that RFID microchip so they know your whereabouts at all times, man. So it's not that greed. Not only did the Lord he gave you the earth for a time period, you want to take control of the people too, man. That's you trying to increase what's not yours. That's how they got the Social Security card, man. You know, the birth certificate and all that, man. All that's Esau trying to control you, man. And they control the debt. You know, like the elites of this society, which would be considered the Illuminati and all that, man. You know, those dudes, they control all the money in the world, man. Matter of fact, I think it's Queen Elizabeth, that old Edomite bitch. You know, she has enough money to clothe and feed everybody on the face of this planet right now. But do you think she's going to do it? And she'll still have money left over. You think she's going to do it? No. Why? Because she an Edomite and she greedy. That's her greed, man. That's why this lesson is called the Greed of Esau, man. You know? This is Leviticus chapter 19, verse 13. All right? Salakia. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 13. And it reads, thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, neither rob him. The wages of him that is hired shall not abide with thee all night until the morning. So yeah, now when you get a job, okay, with certain jobs, if you get paid every week, you might have to wait 2 weeks to get your first paycheck. Why? Because Esau is holding that money. Why? Because it's gaining interest, because they keep them in banks. So as long as they keeping your money in that bank, they're gaining interest on it. And they hold your pay for a whole week. So you get paid weekly or bi-weekly. What this scripture is telling you, Now I'm going to read this again, man, because it's plain and simple. It says, thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, neither rob him. The wages of him that is hired shall not abide with thee all night until the morning. So you supposed to get paid every goddamn day, man. All right? So look, the word for defraud is to press upon, oppress, violent, defraud, do violence, get deceitfully, wrong, extort, to oppress, to be exploited, be crushed, man. And is that not what Esau does? So they defrauding you, man. All right? They defrauding you, man. You supposed to pay that man every day, man. Every time he get off, you supposed to pay him that money, man. You know, because when I used to work at the bar bouncing and all that, guess what? I got paid every night. And even though it's my cousin, he's an Israelite, but you know that's how you know that his spirit bears witness with these scriptures, man. He ain't be like, yo, cuz, you know what, you gotta wait a whole week or whatever. No, he paid everybody that same night. It wasn't just me, man. So that's another way Esau is greedy, man. They want to hold on to your money so it gain interest. So they still making money off you, man. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 25. And it reads, if thou lend, now dig this right here, because Esau, now what you do, because it's a curse, it says you're going to have to go to your enemy in one of all things, man. So they lend you money. If you want to buy a house and everything and you don't got the money and all that, what you do? You go to a bank. Who owns the banks? The international bankers. Who are the international bankers? They're the Edomites, man. Don't no Jakes own no bank, man. They might work in one, but they ain't the one calling the shots. They ain't making the rules. The Edomites are, man. And this is their greed, because if you lend somebody $10, man, you only supposed to get $10 back, man. You know? You got these goddamn loan sharks and all that. And where they get it from? Esau. Like you got the Italians, man, which a lot of them Italians in South Philly, they're Israelites, man. They straight up niggas, man. But they get their philosophies and everything from Esau. All right? But this is the book of Exodus chapter 22 and 25. It says, if thou lend money to any of my people that is poor, now come on, man. To any of our people that is poor, that's why I told you in the book of Revelations chapter 2 and verse 9, it says, I know thy poverty, but thou art rich. So who's living in the ghettos, man? Matter of fact, it ain't even no freaking middle class no more, man. It's either you're rich or you're poor, man. And where most of the Israelites live at? In the ghetto, man. Look what Nazareth was. Nazareth was a ghetto, man. It was the hood, man. You had prostitutes, drug dealers, all that stuff, because there's nothing new under the sun, man. Hustlers, pimps, thieves, robbers, murderers, all that shit, man. But this is the book of Exodus chapter 22 verse 25. It says, if thou lend money to any of my people that is poor, be thee thou Salakia. By thee thou shalt not be to him as a usurer, neither shalt thou lay upon him usury. So now let's look at the word user. Nasha. To lend, be a creditor. To lend, creditor, right? In the sense of to lend or borrow on security or interest. So what they do, they put interest on things. If you get a credit card, you got a certain interest rate on it. All right? And then they try to tell you, oh, and yo, how the hell, this how wicked Esau is, or how greedy he is, man. How greedy they are, Salakia, you know? But they so greedy, They give you a credit card that has no money at all. So that's an illusion right there. And they be like, yo, we're going to give you this amount of credit. You spend it, you gotta pay us, but we're going to put interest on that. So they don't even give you no real money, man. All right. And let's hop down. It says, neither shalt thou lay upon him usury. All right. That's interest, usury. So when you lend somebody some money or whatever, and they gotta pay you back, all right, it says from interest on a debt usury. So what's America built on? Debt, man. America's built on debt. And why is that? Because the so-called white man is a goddamn greedy bastard, man. You Edomites are greedy as hell, man. You know? And this is coming right out of the scriptures. I ain't write this, man. So that bears witness with y'all spirit of who y'all are, man. Because that's what y'all doing. That's y'all system. You know? And I didn't even know I was going to be this long. I'm about, what, 36 minutes in? But hey, man, it's the spirit of Yahweh Shem outside, man. And this is the edify that dude I work with. You know? But I'm going to end it on this. Because this is the ultimate greed right here, man. Trying to basically control Yahweh Shem outside's people. You wanna be their God, man. That's what you want to do. And this is the scripture for the mark of the beast, man. For the RFID microchip, because that's where we at with it now, man. And that's a major prophecy that we waiting for. So all they really trying to do now is have that false flag. Just like I said, I believe it's going to be the Hoover Dam and the Golden Gate Bridge. Some shit, instance like that's going to happen over there. Because they've been looking at that shit, man, for a while, man. You know? They've been looking at that. And I'm talking about the elites of this society, man. You know, the same way they looked at 9/11. Well, the World Trade Center and all that, man. You know? But this is the ultimate greedy move you could do, man. And that's when the Most High said he's done. Like what's that? Papa, before he ate his spinach, he's like, that's all I can stand. And I can't stand no more. That's how Yahweh Shem Yahushua feeling right now, man. He getting to that point like, man, I ain't going to keep letting y'all sin and jack my people up, man. And doing wrong. Because the world has to be restored back to its original form, man. You know? And Esau is so greedy, man. They want to make money so much. They killing off all the animals. They slaughter them. They even creating animals, GMOs, man. And them goddamn so-called Chinese people, them gooks, man. I seen one of them niggas whip up a cabbage of lettuce out of some green gook. That's why that's why you can call them gooks, man. Some green gook. But this the ultimate move that y'all gonna try to make, and Yahweh Shem Yahushua ain't going for it, man. But it says, and he causeth all, both small and poor, Salakia, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark of the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right, it says, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666, which is Kasa stigma. All right, you know, so that beast is talking about the Roman Empire, man. Their system, because that's the way America runs their system, like the Roman Empire, NATO, the beast, and all that. So the beast is interchangeable with the Roman Empire and NATO, man. You know. But that's the ultimate move that they gonna do to fulfill their greed, man. Because they don't have enough, man. You know. And they feel as though they ain't never gonna have enough, man. But with that, man, I hope that brothers and sisters that watch are edified, man. You know, that's just a basic lesson, man. To show you, because right now, man, it's 2018, man. You should know who Esau is by now, man. You know, I just wanted to take that time out to further edify brothers and sisters that may not know, because guess what? You got people thinking that the Arabs are Edomites, man. Which them niggas bugged out their mind if they think that, man. You know? They seriously bugged out their mind if they think that, man. And, you know? And with that, man, like I said, I hope brothers and sisters were edified, man. I hope it made sense. I hope I wasn't rambling too much, man. You know? And as long as this lesson gets out to the hopeful elect who it's meant for, that's all that matters. I did my job. Until the next time, Akim wa Akwathian, Shalom.